Welcome back, this is Jeff Byers, and this is 8255, and we're on Module 10, and this is our last mini assignment. It is the flag. So I want you to have fun with this. I want you to fully create a flag with graphics, and texture this, and make it look nice. Give me a nice background. The whole thing. Make it look realistic, and bring it into Premiere Pro and double the speed or whatever you need to do to get it to look nice. If you don't think it needs to be sped up, don't do that. But render it out, make it look amazing, because the simulation doesn't take that long. So I'll show you how fast it is. So what I did was, I'm in centimeters, as you can see. If you go in here to settings, you can see I'm in centimeters. And so when I created the plane, I've got the width at 2, height at 3, 20 by 30, and you can see I would like you to do whatever flagpole you'd like. You can go as fancy as you want. The flag, it would be cool. I think I got in there for 10 extra credit points. You render this out, make it look amazing, give me a really cool background, use HDR lighting, that whole thing, have little rips in the flag, make it look realistic as possible. Really go all out, have fun with it, because this, like I said, the simulation doesn't take that long at all to do. In fact, it's so easy, it's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so what we need to do is to add a constraint. So let's go ahead and add the in cloth first, like we always do. So in cloth, create in cloth, and then we're going to go to 4 so we can see through it. Go to vertex and select just the outer edge here, and we're going to create a constraint. So let's go ahead and create a constraint, transform constraint. There we go. And so the only thing we have left to do with this is to get it to start blowing around. And so that is in the nucleus. So look for the nucleus. We've got gravity at 9.8, gravity direction at 1, pulling it down. So if we just go ahead and play the animation, it just kind of goes down like that. Let's hit the 5 key. And what we don't have is it hitting the pole, so we've got to add a passive to that. So create a passive collider, and then we'll do a passive collider on the top just in case it gets that high. I doubt if it will. So now when we play the simulation, you see it's hitting and colliding. Alright, great. That looks good. Alright, so click on the flag again, go to nucleus, and right now the wind speed, we don't have any wind speed right now. Let's turn it up to something like 5. And the direction, so I've already tested this, so if we go in here and keep it there, it will go in the wrong direction. So let's get it in the right direction. Let's go 0 on that. And let's go -1 on this, so we'll get it in the right direction here. Okay, we just don't have enough wind. It's pushing it a little bit. You can see it's doing a little bit. And we also need to go higher, so we'll need about 500 on this. Okay. Alright, so now we've got like a little bit of wind, maybe 1 or 2 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and set that up a little bit faster. Let's go to something like 10. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Still not quite there. Okay, let's go ahead and rewind it. Let's go ahead and double that. Alright. Okay. So there we go. Got some waving going on there. Looks good. And we can add a little wind noise too. Let's add a little bit of wind noise. Let's go to like 0.25 on that. Okay, good. Now, we can kind of play around with these things. I'd also, air density, the thickness of the air will help a lot too. So, let's say the wind speed, we don't like that, what it's doing to the flag. What we can do, go in here and is raise this up, something like 3. So, let's go ahead and do that. Once you do that, you don't need as much wind speed. Okay? So you can see the flag really flipping around there. So, the wind speed, now we can go in here and turn that down. Let's go to 10, and I think that's what I ended up with, is 3 for density, let's see, 10 for wind speed, and 0.5 okay, so 0.5 for wind noise. So let's go ahead and go bring it back, and this is kind of what I ended up with. Something that works fairly well. It's not just blowing straight across, it's kind of going down, up and down, and it's got some movement. I kind of like that. So we've got some nice movement in there. Okay, so you can kind of mess around a little bit more with that if you'd like to. Let's go to, let's say, 0.25 on that. And of course you can animate the stuff too. So you can animate by, right clicking over it. So if I stop that, you can animate it and set keys to change this, here and there during the simulation, to randomize it a little bit more. And that's what I would do to really get a nice looking flag. Okay, so just kind of keyframe these things to make that look really cool. And that's what I would do, just keyframe along the timeline here of maybe the air density starting at 1, and then halfway through it gets up to 3, and then maybe back down again before we get to the end. And that just kind of randomizes the way it looks. Okay, so that's it. You just have fun, and you kind of tweak out these attributes, and there's your flag, and you can kind of rotate around it. I don't know if it'll let me do that during the simulation. I need to be in a perspective view. That would help. Let's go ahead and play that again. There we go. Cool. Very nice. Again, there's not much to it. The flag's actually kind of fun because I want you to texture it and make it look as realistic as absolutely possible. And create your own pole, texture everything, and give me a background. But that would be really cool. Alright, so have fun with it, enjoy, and I'll see you guys in Module 11. Have a good week.